What's going on, guys? It's Trinity Wolf, and today I'm gonna bring you another hero deck profile, but strongly with a more powerful Destiny hero build. What I really mean is it's just Destiny heroes, essentially. Before we get started, I just want to thank you guys. We reached our goal for before the end of the year, so I just want to clap that up for you guys. We hit 101. The goal was just to hit 100 before the end of the year, and it's mid-November, and we've hit our goal. So I just want to thank you guys. If you're new to the channel, please keep this streak going and hit that subscribe button, the notification bell, so you know when I upload, which it's I at least try to spit out a video every week if I can. And then give this video a thumbs up as well. And I just want to thank you guys for just being there and support. I try to reach out to all your guys' comments, but you know, if I do it too late, I'm sorry. I'm just kind of busy. But I'm gonna set a new goal for us before the end of the year because we reached our goal, and I think in a month and a half, I think we can hit 150. I think we can. So let your friends know that, hey, go subscribe to this guy. He knows what he's talking about. For those of you who love the Destiny heroes more, this will probably be the deck for you. And if you're just wanting to try a new build for heroes, if you're tired of like the normal way it normally is, try this one and see if you like it. So it's the most competitive Destiny hero build that I possibly could think of. But all right, guys, let's jump into this deck profile. All right, guys, so we're gonna start off with our monsters. So first, we're going to be doing, of course, the triple Vision Hero Ferris. These are technically Astro Phoenix's cards, so, I mean, plus you need to run this card in any version of Heroes anyway, just because it's the best starter. And since Destiny Heroes don't really have a strong normal summon, getting Ferris into the Vion is definitely much needed. With that being said, we are playing triple copies of Vision Hero Vion. Now, like I was saying a second ago, the deck has no real good, strong normal summon. So seeing as many copies of Vion as possible is pretty much the go-to. And he's probably going to be the best normal summon in the entire deck. So maxing him out is probably your best option. Then we play the 1 increase. There's a lot of draw spells in this deck. So minimizing it to as little as possible without seeing it, probably the best option. So probably before you do your draw spells, if you have a Ferris in hand already, probably be best to do that combo right away before you do your draw cards. Except the only elemental hero we are playing in this deck is Shadow Mist. Now, like I was saying, this is mostly a Destiny hero build. I tried testing it without any elemental heroes, but the deck kind of needed more searches. So Shadow Mist is probably the best option to either dump it with Foolish Burial, the Ferris, or Vion. And it was kind of hard without the extra little search because we're not playing Stratos. So Elemental Hero Shadow Mist was, probably the only option for that. Next up, what you came here for, right? The Destiny heroes. So our big boys, we are playing 1 copy of Plasma and 1 copy of Dreadmaster. Now we all know why we played Plasma, the biggest floodgate. You guys are excited for the new gold art Plasma. I'm not so excited as much. I mean, I love the alternative art. I just personally didn't want him to be gold. I like the gold rarity. I just didn't want that version of Plasma to be gold. Like, you feel me? Like I didn't want the very first version of we got of that Plasma to be gold. I just didn't. But anyway, the Dreadmaster is one of the best Destiny hero cards in this deck. I promise. He will protect your Destiny heroes. When the turn he is summoned, none of your Destiny heroes can die, and you take no damage involving them. So when you summon Dreadmaster during your opponent's turn, which is 100% possible, they cannot get rid of your board. They cannot kill them. They can't do anything about it. I mean, unless they kaiju and super poly, but other than that, they're not popping them, getting rid of them in any way. Even if they get rid of Dreadmaster, it doesn't matter. It's the turn he is summoned, and it doesn't even activate. It's just because he existed on the board that turn, they can't kill your Destiny heroes. So you guys sleep on Dreadmaster. He's probably going to be in every single hero deck I build. Next up, Too Malicious. It's pure Destiny hero. If we could play 3, I would definitely would, but we can't. But that's what Destiny Hero Denier's for. Next up, last for the big guys, we have the Dynatag. This is basically Destiny Hero's kind of hand trap. Not really honest, but you can banish it to boost one of your heroes up by 1,000. And then if you were to take damage, you can discard him to make it only 1,000. And next up, we have Drill Dark, Decider, and Celestial. Now, mostly every other hero player understands what Celestial and Decider are doing. I don't like Celestial, but the only reason why he is in this build, like I said, more Destiny heroes. Also with D-Force, we're getting D-Force and Brothers of Legend, which I am entirely excited about. I can't believe they're giving us that card this year. I talked so much crap about Brothers of Legend. I was like, man, that's going to be the worst set of this entire freaking year. But it blew me away. It's going to be the best set. Konami knows how to end the year. Like, they ended the year perfectly. They got the D-Force, the Dr. D, and the Evil Hero reprint. So you budget players, hey, I would pick up on your Evil Heroes now, because the older ones from, the Legendary set, I don't think those are going to go down anytime soon. They are hard to get. It's out of a Legendary Heroes, it's out of a Legendary set, and they're really short printed, so they are still going to be expensive. And then, of course, if you guys don't know what Drill Dark does, he's one of the normal summons for Destiny Heroes. I probably would play more than one, but like I said, Vion's the best one. But what he can do is basically he can summon almost any Destiny hero out of your hand. It's like Solid Soldier, but it's basically any. He can summon any Destiny hero that has attack equal to or less than him. So he can even summon. He can just special summon Malicious out of his hand as well, and it's really, really powerful. And he does piercing damage, but you're not going to be doing that. Next up, Destiny Hero Dunker. And you're like, why Destiny Hero Dunker, you might ask? Well, in this specific build, Destiny Hero Dunker actually can do a lot. One, for those who don't know what he does, you can discard a Destiny Hero monster out of your hand as cost and to the graveyard. And if you do, your opponent takes 500 damage. But we're not really here for that, right? Well, I'll show you what it's mostly for, right? Say he's really all you had, right? So you're normally your Dunker, and it's cost. So even if they negate his effects, you can still discard the Destiny heroes as cost. So say you had Malicious and Denier in your hand, right? Use Dunker's effect, send Malicious. They take 5. Use Dunker's effect, send Denier. They take another 5. Now, you can just activate your Malicious, and then activate your Denier, and then just go off from there. So one Destiny hero Dunker will definitely be played in this build. And plus, it's a really spicy card, and I personally like Destiny Hero Dunker. Then, of course, like I said, the one Denier and one Disc Commander. We already know what Denier's for. He's there to basically shuffle our Malicious back into the deck so we can have 3 copies. And then Disc Commander, because of D-Force, our hand will sometimes run out, because if you guys don't know what the effects of D-Force is, one of them, the effects is if you control Plasma, you can't draw during your draw phase. So that's where the Celestial and the Disc Commander will come in, so you can draw your 2 cards so your hand won't be completely empty. Alright, so last for the monsters, we're just playing triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. The only reason why this is the only hand trap I'm running, because there's some other floodgates in the deck that Destiny heroes can run. We have the Plasma. Since Shadow Mist isn't here, I am playing Mass Change. Just because it's, Dark Heroes, you'll be able to get, have Dark Law. So, not only they'll have Plasma with the D-Force to worry about, so it'll be like Plasma, they'll have the Floodgate with Plasma, the D-Force, they can't target any of your cards, and then you got the Break the Destiny, and then even I'm not playing in this build. But yeah, they just will not be able to get over a lot of those cards. So that's why I think Ash Blossom is the only necessary hand trap. Alright guys, so now on to the spell cards. First, we are playing triple copies of Destiny Draw. I wish we could play this more often in our competitive hero decks to play Destiny Draw. But it's, you don't run that many Destiny heroes in the super competitive builds. So Destiny Draw doesn't really get to see much play in those builds. But this is pure Destiny hero mostly. You're gonna see a Destiny hero in your hand, so you'll be able to definitely abuse Destiny Draw. Plus, nothing feels better than when you have Destiny Draw and a Malicious in your hand. Like, it's like there's really no point to negate it because your opponent's going to be able to go off anyway, so why negate Destiny Draw? Next up for another draw spells, 2 Allure of Darkness. I mean, almost every monster in your hand is, you know, going to be dark. So Allure of Darkness is definitely necessary. Just basically another 2 Destiny draws, essentially. Plus, whatever Destiny hero you banish, if you really needed it, you can just get it back with Denier. So there you go. Next up, basically these are our searchers spells. Foolish, Send the Shadowless Search, or just Malicious if you need. And then Reinforcement can basically grab almost any Destiny hero out of the deck. That's one thing I'm surprised by, that they don't have a spell card that can search Destiny heroes, but I guess there's really no reason for that. And now on to our fusion spells. We are going to obviously play triple copies of a Fusion Destiny. Now, I mean, you'd be dumb to not play 3 of this card, right? I mean, you're playing Destiny heroes, you're gonna play 3 Fusion Destiny. Plus, I mean, this card's gonna be seen in every other deck in this format right now, which kind of sucks, but triple copies of Fusion Destiny, obviously, because we're playing mostly pure Destiny heroes. Next up, 2 copies of Super Polymerization. I might bump it up to 3, just because, I mean, everybody else is running Phoenix Destroyer. All you'd have to do is summon your own Destiny hero and just be like, thank you, thanks for the free Phoenix Destroyer. Also, you know, just be able to get rid of any other problems that you might come across. 1 Polymerization and 2 Mass Change. Reason why only 2 Mass Change is, I mean, it's not really focused on masked heroes, so I only have 2. You're only gonna play 2 copies of Dark Law, so I just thought, you know, just 2 Mass Change be necessary. I don't want to have one of them be dead, so I just thought 2 Mass Change was necessary. The rest of the spells, we have the D-Force, which we are getting in Brothers of Legend. I really cannot wait for this card. This card will break the Destiny heroes. For those of you who don't know, this is a Japanese copy, so you're not going to be able to read that, obviously. But for those of you who don't know, what it says is you can, when you activate this card, you can either choose to add a Destiny Hero Plasma from your deck to your hand, or basically retrieve one from your graveyard. So let's say you got Drolled, right? But you had Plasma in your graveyard. You would still be able to activate the effect and get it from your graveyard. And then also, while you control Destiny Hero Plasma, apply these effects. 1, you can't draw during your draw phase, which is why we have the other draw power cards. 2, your opponent basically can't target cards you control with card effects, which is crazy good. And then 3, Destiny Hero Plasma gains 100 attack for every monster in the graveyards, so your opponents too, and he can attack twice. So I cannot wait for D-Force to come out this December with Brothers of Legend. Then 1 triple, 1 called by. I mean, just basically this is just another draw searcher. You know, if you have to rip opponent's card out, you can, but you know, if they activate an effect, you know, just be able to draw 2 cards and then the call by the grave just in case. Because I'm not running Crossout Designator in this build just because I'm not running a lot of hand traps, so that's why. Just Bash Blossom just seems to be necessary. Now on to our traps. So we're just gonna say the obvious here, just 2 Imperm. That card just basically speaks for itself. Now, the D Tactics and the Break the Destiny. All right, so you guys know what Break the Destiny does, right? Basically, you'd want to activate it before your opponent's main phase, of course. But you would target a level 8 or higher Destiny hero or Dragoon you control and destroy it, essentially. And if you do, you skip your opponent's main phase 1. So what's going to happen there is you won't be able to do it the turn it's in the engrave, but when your turn starts, it has another effect. Basically, you can banish Break the Destiny, and you would be able to search for D Tactics along with D-Force. So it is also a searcher spell. I mean, it's also a searcher for your spell and the D Tactics. So it can search these cards, which is completely insane. I think it will be able to search for Dr. D as well. I'm not sure. I don't remember all the text on Dr. D. But the fact that it will be able to search D-Force and D-Tactics is insane. And those of you who don't know what D-Tactics does, during the standby phase, so even your opponent's standby phase, boost all hero monsters by 400. And even if it leaves the field. So they won't lose the boost if it goes away. And then also basically what happens is if a level 8 or higher Destiny Hero monster or Dragoon is summoned, you can banish a random card from your opponent's hand at random, or banish a card on their field or their graveyard. And that's the card that you're going to be abusing the most, because the fact that Phoenix Destroyer keeps coming back basically every standby phase, you're going to be banishing like almost 2 cards. Like you're going to be banishing a card on their turn, and then you're going to banish a card on your turn, because as long as you keep the Phoenix Destroyer coming back, you're going to keep banishing. So not only it's going to boost the heroes, you're going to be banishing other problems, and then that requires less pops from, on the field. So you can just keep banishing other cards on their field, so you're not wasting the Phoenix Destroyer pop. So D Tactics is going to be insane. Now on to our extra deck. So it's still going to be 2 copies of Cross Crusader. I was trying to run 3, but the extra deck space, it's still a little too tight, even for this build. So obviously we're going to be abusing Cross Crusader the most. Hopefully we get a reprint for this card soon. That's not a rare or a common. Like, I don't understand why our best Link monster is the lowest rarity that it is. 1 Wonder Driver, 1 Dread Decimator. The Wonder Driver is just so we can reset, the Fusion Destiny, because we have a heavy Destiny Hero build. You'll be able to see those Destiny Heroes you'll be able to abuse Fusion Destiny more often, just because of the fact that you're running a lot more Destiny Heroes. And then obviously Dread Decimator just for that piercing damage and to boost our heroes as well. Last for links, the Verde Anaconda. If your combo gets kind of stopped and you can somehow get 2 monsters on board still, you can still activate Fusion Destiny with Verde Anaconda and just go from there. Alright, now on for our fusion monsters. We are running the 1 Dominance, 1 Dominance, 1 Dangerous. Dominance is, like I said, it's one of the strongest Destiny Hero cards as well. You can literally, on your opponent's turn, right? You can use Phoenix to pop the Dominance. And then Dominance, you can chain the effect, right? Where you can chain link 1 Dominance, target Phoenix, and then 2 other Destiny Hero monsters, and then chain link 2 Phoenix Destroyer. So that way you can protect the Dominance effect. And then Dominance will revive the Phoenix with 2 other Destiny Heroes, and then on the next standby phase, Phoenix will be able to revive Dominance. Like, it's literally insane. And then you can get deck information if you want to see what you're gonna draw with Destiny Draw. If you still have the Destiny Hero in your hand and a Destiny Draw, you can rearrange your own top 5, then activate the Destiny Draw, and then just draw into the cards you want to see, like probably the traps and all that. Like, I think Dominus is just insane. And I hope just in the regular hero builds, people play it more, because he is really good. And then the Dangerous, of course, just, he's just kind of there if you have to. If you really have to get a search, send the Shadow Mist and a Destiny Hero monster, and then he can also boost your Destiny Heroes as well, but most of the time, Dangerous doesn't really stay on the board. And then next up, we play the 1 Dystopia still. I mean, obviously, it's more Destiny Heroes. You're going to see, you can go into almost anything. I would run 2 if I could, but like I said, the extra deck space is still just tight. So 1 Dystopia for the burn and the pop as well. That's really good. And then, of course, the OG Phoenix Destroyer. I finally got my copies, guys. It took too long. Finally got my copies of Destiny Hero Phoenix Destroyer. I got 1 through the mail, and then I actually finally, off camera, of course, I pulled the other Phoenix Destroyer. I'm not going to talk about how many boxes we got into. But we finally got them, and of course, for a pure Destiny Hero build, you're going to want to see 2 Phoenix Destroyer in case something happens to the other one. Plus, since, the other effect where they lose attack isn't, it's not really an effect. If you have 2 of these, they're basically losing double the attack, and that's freaking nuts. So 2 Phoenix Destroyer, if you got it, play 2. Then for Masked Heroes, obviously the Dark Law, because, that's really the only one we need to see. And then basically last but not least, just the super polymerization targets, just to get rid of those really dangerous, nasty monsters you have to deal with from your opponent's side. The 1 Starving Venom, Parada Plant 1, and the Dragon of the Swamp. And these are just pretty much the fusion, the super poly targets, just in case, you know, you have to just break your opponent's board like that. Alright guys, that was it for my Destiny Hero build for basically, just, you know, if you just want to play this deck for fun and play more Destiny Heroes just if you like the Destiny Heroes. If you have any suggestions of what I could have tried out in the deck, there's so many things I can put in a pure Destiny Hero deck that it's nuts. But I try to make it as competitive as possible. But if you want to see like a for fun one, like, you know, for like nostalgia purposes, like I'm talking about like playing Dark City, like, you know, just like all the old, like even like Clock Tower Prison. Like if you want to see like an old deck like that that's semi super competitive but fun at the same time, I'll do that. I'll make one of those for sure. But you know, leave a like, leave a comment down below and tell me what you liked about the video. If you want to see that for fun Destiny Hero build, I'll do that. And then obviously subscribe if you're new. Let's hit that 150 subscribers, guys. Keep that love coming, guys. I'm blown away. You guys are blowing me away with that. And with that being said, guys, this is Trinity Wolf signing out. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out.